Here we go. You're live. Welcome to race number 13 of 29 here in the 1991 throwbacks. And this thrilling season continues to have curveballs thrown at us left and right after a crazy race at Sears Point. Mark Martin, Dale Earnhardt, Alan Kulwicki all having really bad finishes, and a failed dive bomb by Tim Richmond at the end of the race gives us a crazy fight at the top between Rusty Wallace and Mark Martin. Mark Martin's been the most consistent so far, but Rusty Wallace, with the virtue of the 3 wins, he is currently at the top of the boards. We'll continue to see if any trends show up here as we go to the tricky triangle, the Pocono Raceway, here in Long Pond, Pennsylvania. And my home track. Gotta love that. And figure out where people ended up qualifying, and Alan Kulwicki is going to be on the pole with a speed of 162.168 miles per hour. Awesome. Oh, what happened here? Okay, let's go ahead and slow down a little bit. This way we can introduce the top 10 here real quick. Alan Kulwicki on pole, Mark Martin second. Tim Richmond, who's starting to have a little bit of a resurgence here, he's in third. Rusty Wallace in fourth. Ken Schrader fifth. Sterling Marlin, who's also been doing really well over the past few races, he's in sixth. Bill Elliott seventh. Jeff Bodine eighth. Ricky Rudd ninth. And Morgan Shepherd, another driver who's had a surprisingly good season so far, is going to round out the top 10 in that number 15 car. So here we go. The 2 championship contenders are starting second and fourth right next to each other. Here's the command for today's race.
3, 2, 1. Gentlemen, start your engines.
Cars have fired up, and they're getting ready to go off. Again, 2 points leaders are right there. Mark Martin, Rusty Wallace. Wallace is going to line up right behind Martin. We are at a 2.5 mile circuit. Of course, only 3 turns here as opposed to the traditional 4. Cars come off of turn number 3. We come down to the line, and the green flag is out, and we are underway here from Pocono. So all the cars flying by there, and it looks like, man, Mark Martin did not get a good start at all. He's going to lose several positions. Alan Kulwicki is going to go to the point here. I have Tim Richmond in second, Ken Schrader in third, Sterling Marlin in fourth, as we can see the entire field line up down the super long pond straightaway. And now they head through the notoriously difficult tunnel turn, turn 2. So good so far. No cautions yet. Meanwhile, it looks like these cars are going to go out single file, but no, Ken Schrader, he's going to put a move here on Tim Richmond. Will Schrader be able to get around Richmond, though? Going down here, usually that high lane has a better run off of turn 3 than the low lane. And that's going to be the case. Richmond's going to keep the spot, and Sterling Marlin's going to contest for third on the outside. Can he get there? Can he get there? Looks like Marlin's still stuck here on the outside, but he's probably going to have to give it up here. The tunnel turn, not exactly the most conductive place to be on the outside lane. He's hanging in there, though. Yeah, they're trying. Their people still going 3 wide back there. Marlin trying desperately to hold on to that outside lane. And it looks like finally here through turn 3, Schrader had a really good entry, and that should net him the position. We'll see if Sterling Marlin's going to be able to beat Rusty Wallace up off the corner into the line. Yes, he did. And the caution flag is already out here at Pocono. We'll figure out what happened here. Again, this is a 2.5 mile long track. Looks like a couple people in the back got together. Figure out what happened here. Three wide going into turn 1. And Dave Marcus just slides up. 4 wide. It's never going to work. And there they go. It's like synchronized spinning. That's almost an art form there between Dave Marcus, Lake Speed, and Greg Sachs. It's almost like a synchronized spin here down the long pond straightaway. Oh boy. They gotta get their gear and go because they gotta race back to the line yet. That they do gotta do. Right, Zach's trying his best to do it. Looks like it'll be no problems. Now we head back to the leaders, and it looks like they're just coming off of turn 3 now, and we'll see who takes pit road and who doesn't. Richmond to pit road, Marlin to pit road, Irvin, Jeff Bodine, Davey Allison, Michael Waltrip, Rick Mass, Wally Dollenbach, Jimmy Spencer, and of course Lake Speed. Surprisingly not Dave Marcus or Greg Sachs, just Lake Speed. An interesting set of guys to come down pit road because they're going to be stuck way here in the back. They are going to do. Looks like it's going to be 25, 22, 4, 11, 28 off pit road, so no position changes while on pit road. Oh, sir. And we are still underneath caution, of course, here at the Pocono Raceway. A 2.5 mile long circuit, and as you would imagine, it does take quite a bit of a while to get the race back underway here. Everyone's already all caught back up and ready to go. I think this race is ready to go back under green on the next lap, but it's probably going to be another 2 laps of yellow. Yeah, it just depends on how much debris they gotta pick up there, how much debris the NASCAR spotters saw on the Long Pond straightaway. Seems to be clear to me, but we'll see what they do here. It'll be another 2 laps of caution or just 1 lap of caution. Sometimes the boys in the back just race too hard, and that was just one case of it. He's car to the line, and it looks like we're going to have another 2 laps of caution yet. So, Mark Martin did not have a good start to that race at all. No, he did not. He fell all the way back to the 6th position. So that did not work out for him in the slightest. Martin definitely with some issues there. No questioning it. It's just Mark Martin. It just didn't happen for Martin, unfortunately. Tried. He did try. No doubt about it. We're not questioning that. It's just that he got that atrocious start in the outside lane. He ended up losing a lot of positions, and you can see right now that points leader Rusty Wallace, he's going to be gaining another few positions on Mark Martin here. That's another 15 points he's gaining right now. So, oh, yeah, Mark Martin's really going to have to recoil. He's going to have to get back underneath. And speaking of Mark Martin, I mean, look who's right behind him. Darrell Waltrip, the guy who was dominating the race at Sears Point until he ended up having a freak flat tire. Yeah, it was really looking like that Darrell Waltrip was going to be able to, no issues, and I mean really no issues, he was going to be able to run away with that Sears Point race. He ended up getting a freak flat tire, which was insane. I would never expected that, but that's exactly what ended up happening from him. Just ended up getting a really freak flat tire. And then, you know, he ended up falling way off, and he actually ended up not even finishing the race, finishing dead last after, I believe, leading the most laps in the race. So that's not something you see often, is the driver that led the most laps in the race ends up finishing in the last position. That's not something you see very often up on the score sheets. No, that's not an often occurrence at all, but that's definitely what happened here with the 17. And then, of course, we have Mark Martin, who looked like he was poised to take advantage, but they had the car all jacked up on the right-hand side there on pit road. He ended up losing a ton of positions and a ton of time. So that obviously didn't end up working out. No. So let's talk about a couple of drivers that are actually up here towards the front that seem to have a good start to the race. We have Phil Parsons in 9th and Kyle Petty in 10th. So they're clearly doing better than usual. Yeah, I mean, yeah, they're doing fantastically. The number one there with Phil Parsons. They're looking to, they're really relocking and reloading and hoping to bring a very strong car to the next few seasons. That one team, I think, is actually surprisingly good. Same thing with the 33. These guys are a lot better than you would think, but it's just, you gotta consider Harry Gant's on the wrong side of 50 right now. Not exactly in the best shape to be winning races. And Phil Parsons, you know, obviously the 33 is the flagship car there. So they're going to want to push that, but, you know, there's also the 1 car. So we'll have to see what continues to happen here with the 33 and the 1 team. Here, of course, we have Kyle Petty in the 42. Felix Sabates owning that car. They're having a good run. And if they keep on running like this, you know, a couple more strong runs, these guys are planning to make a run for the championship in 1992. So we'll have to see what happens here with Kyle Petty. But they're definitely 100% getting ready to go all in for next season and try to go for the championship. Another team that might try to go all in for the championship is also this 94, Terry Labonte. Again, Labonte, Hagan. These guys work together underneath crew chief Dale Inman. They almost won the championship in 84. Then Inman split his ways. And, you know, they're another team that you might want to keep an eye on. Anyways, pace car is back in. And the green flag is waving once again from the Pocono Raceway. And you can see all the drivers spreading out. And Mark Martin once again not getting a good start. I think he might have a transmission issue. Yeah, I think that's pretty not debatable at this point, because once again, Mark Martin very, very slow to start. So I think that Martin might have a transmission issue, and he really needs this race to go green. Anyways, drivers settle out. Alan Kowicki continues to lead here at Pocono. Second place, Rusty Wallace. Third place, Ken Schrader. Fourth place, Bill Elliott. All drivers you would expect to see here towards the front at Pocono Raceway. No doubt about it. Here we have Ricky Rudd. He's trying to hold off right now. Very hard charging Harry Gant in that 33 machine. Here we go. Gant goes down to the bottom. Yeah, this is exactly what Gant wanted. He's going down. Can he make the pass on Ricky Rudd? Rudd tried to chop him off, but he was there. And we'll see if he can complete the pass. Looks like he will. No issues. And now Mark Martin, he might be getting passed here by Gant's teammate and Phil Parsons. So now Parsons trying to find a way around. And there you see Earnhardt in the 3. He's also right there. And now he's looking for a way around Mark Martin. Dale Earnhardt's all of a sudden coming out of nowhere, and now he just picked up 3 spots. We all know how good Earnhardt is here at Pocono Raceway. There's no questioning how good Dale Earnhardt is at Pocono Raceway. So, if he just makes some kind of crazy bonsai charge to the front, wouldn't surprise me at all. What does surprise me is that he's not even in the top 10 of fastest laps. Right now, fastest lap of the race, Bill Elliott in the number 9 car. We'll see if that continues to be the case. Of course, Earnhardt's speeds might be hampered a little bit considering he's passing a ton of people. So give him a clean racetrack and he might actually put together a very good lap. Well, I'll see here. Like I said, Dale Earnhardt's gained 4 positions in the last 2 laps or so. So they're clearly running it. And Mark Martin is there in the 6 car, and he's not even in the top 10 anymore after that. So Mark Martin's really going to have to get together. He can't run. I mean, I guess you could run fringe top 10 the entire season and win a championship, but man, you got to think that you got to put some good runs together sooner or later. Yeah, Martin's really got to put some good runs here together if he wants to contend with Rusty Wallace for the championship. You got to figure, though, he's got really good super speedway cars with those Roush engines. Very good with the super speedways, so you got to figure he's going to be good there. You know he's good at Watkins Glen. The issue is, so is Rusty Wallace, and Rusty Wallace is just good everywhere except at the big tracks. The super speedways, you know, the drafting super speedways. Clearly he has no issues navigating Pocono, but when we talk about Daytona and Talladega as our true super speedways. Though I guess Pocono, Michigan can also be lumped into these super speedways a little bit. Ken Schrader is right there. He's out in the back of the 2 car. I gotta tell you, he's right there. Take a look at the fastest laps, and look who's on top of the charts. Shocking. Absolutely shocking. I would have never expected that to happen. Dale Earnhardt, fastest car on the track. Oh, he hasn't been qualifying well, but man, he's been bringing fast cars to the track recently. He didn't qualify well at Charlotte, finishes 2nd. Qualifies poorly at Dover, wins. Qualifies poorly at Sears Point, doesn't really go anywhere. Mainly because it's Sears Point and it's extremely difficult to pass there. Qualifies terribly here at Pocono, fastest car on the track. Tell you, another driver that typically comes here and has the fastest car on the track. Don't count out this number 5 machine, Ken Schrader, man. He is fast again. Hey, he unloaded at Charlotte with a bad fast car, won the race. Unloaded with a bad fast car at Dover, didn't quite get the win there. But he certainly tried. He unloaded with a bad fast car at Sears Point. Guess what? Got the win again. So Ken Schrader, I mean, he's looked phenomenal these last few races, these last 4 or 5 races or so since we got on this summer stretch and through the Crown Jewel races. Ken Schrader looks like he might be the man to beat through this stretch of the schedule. Something that's been in common though is that Alan Kowicki has also been up there towards the front, and the caution flag is out. Everyone's got to race to the line. Don't know if anybody's in position to pass or not. Doesn't look like it. And now it's time to figure out what bring out caution number 2 here from the Pocono Raceway. More back to the field contact, it looks like. More than likely just issues for the 76, wherever he is. And yep. Oh. Hillen put it in the wall. Second time Lake Speeds went around today. It was kind of a depressing spin too. It's like, no, don't hit the wall. Oh man. Look at this little battle going on here. It pretty much includes everyone that pitted there. Either way, caution flag back out here from Pocono. Now the question is, once again, who's coming to pit road? Decisive question here. Who is coming to pit road? Find out here. Everyone that didn't pit last time, I'm going to assume. Or it might just be everyone. Looks like everybody except Bobby Hillen Jr. is coming to pit road. Is Eddie Birchwell staying out? No, he is not. So, Bobby Hillen Jr. down a lap. And everyone comes out of pit road here. Missed the race off pit road. Pretty sure, I think Kowicki ended up coming away with the lead there. We'll see the order that they rolled off in. Did Rob Moroso's crew once again put them out in front? Man, they've had a stellar pit crew this season. Put them in 12th. Mark Martin with another bad spot. He's going to be back in the teens. Oh, Hutch Strickland blows up in front of everybody. Wow, blowing up under yellow too. Strickland. Wow, Strickland blows up underneath the yellow flag. I'm not even sure what happened here, but clearly issues for the 12. You gotta think, you know. Now you gotta clean up all the fluid that he just dumped on the track. We're gonna be another 2 laps of yellow again. Oh boy, Bobby Hillin Jr.'s back on pit road, anyways. So Hillin continues to have not a good season with this Spears team, that 76 team. It was hopeful for this team to really go off, and it just really has not happened, unfortunately. Yeah, these guys have not done well whatsoever with this 76 team, and they have not put up a good campaign whatsoever, but yeah, fall them for trying though. They've really tried here with Bobby Hillin, the young Hillin here. Best career finish, of course, second in the Coca-Cola 600 in 1985. And it just has not meant to be this season. So our top 10 coming off pit road is going to be Alan Kowicki still in the lead, Rusty Wallace still in second, Ken Schrader still in third, Bill Elliott still in fourth, and then we have Harry Gant fifth, Ricky Rudd sixth, Earnhardt seventh, Phil Parsons eighth, Brett Bodine ninth, and then Morgan Shepherd is going to round out the top 10. Looking a little bit further, Kyle Petty 11th, Rob Moroso 12th, Darrell Waltrip 13th, Mark Martin 14th. Then we have Terry Labonte 15th, Derek Cope 16th. 17th we have Davey Allison, 18th Jeff Bodine, 19th our best rookie Ted Musgrave, and 20th Larry Pearson in the 41. Going a little bit further even, Tim Richmond, he is stuck back in the 21st position. In 22nd, we have Ernie Irvin. 23rd, we have Stanley Smith. 24th is Sterling Marlin. 25th, Jeff Purvis. 26th, Michael Waltrip. 27th, Dale Jarrett. 28th, Jimmy Spencer. 29th, Bobby Hamilton. 30th, Richard Petty. 31st, Mickey Gibbs. 32nd, we have Chad Little. 33rd, Wally Dallenbach. 34th, Dick Trickle. 35th, Neil Bonnet. 36th, Eddie Bierschwale. 37th, Rick Mast. 38th, Greg Sachs. 39th, Lake Speed. 40th will be Dave Marcus. 41st, obviously, Bobby Hillin Jr., only car a lap down. And in 42nd will be Hutch Strickland due to a blown engine. So that will mean that we have 40 drivers still on the lead lap. Bobby Hillin Jr., first car 1 lap down. We take a look at the fastest lap chart so far. Dale Earnhardt is in the lead there with a lap time of 160.84 miles an hour. Second place, you have Bill Elliott, 160.74. And third is Allen, 160.72. Then you have Ken Schrader, 160.65. Tim Richmond, 160.60. And then you have Ricky Rudd, 160.55. Then you have Rusty Wallace, 160.55 as well. In 8th, you have Mark Martin, 160.54. Then you have Ernie Irvin, 160.45. And then to round it out, you have Jeff Bodine, 160.38 miles an hour. Pace car tucks its way, going down into pit road. Field is coming off the very long turn 3. that is modeled after the Milwaukee Mile. And the green flag is out here at Pocono. And look at this there, spreading out 3 wide. Ken Schrader trying to get to the lead here. Looks like he's sliding up a little bit. He's trying to slide out in front of Rusty Wallace. He needs to make sure he doesn't leave himself open to Harry Gant. Alan Kowicki is going to slip away. So Ken Schrader making a very daring move early on to go ahead and get the second position. Harry Gant trying to wriggle third position away from Rusty Wallace. You can also see potentially 3 wide for the battle for 5th. Does Earnhardt put the nose in there? You bet he does. Now the question is, who's going to get the advantage here going down the long front straightaway? Can't imagine Earnhardt's going to have too much momentum there. It's going to still be between Ricky Rudd and Bill Elliott going down into turn number 1. Earnhardt not giving up his position an inch. Elliott tried to power his way in there. Can he get around Ricky Rudd going down the Long Pond straightaway? I think he will. I think he's got him. He does, he's got him. He should be able to chop block him here going into the tunnel turn. And he does. Meanwhile, Harry Gant, Rusty Wallace, they're still side by side. Does Elliott try to take him 3 wide? Really, it's just trying to help Harry Gant here, just trying to push him along, give him a decisive winner, and it looks like, yeah, decisive winner is going to be number 33 with Elliott's help. And it looked like for a second that Elliott was going to be like, yeah, I'm done pushing you. We're going to go 3 wide down the straightaway. Ricky Rudd interested in going 3 wide. Can he get there? Yes, he will. Oh boy, now we're going 3 wide here through turn 1. Elliott trying to break free in the middle. And he does. What a move by Bill Elliott. Crazy move by Bill Elliott here. Ricky Rudd is the only one on the bottom now. Trying to get ahead of Earnhardt. Looks like he will. And now Morgan Shepherd is trying to get around Dale Earnhardt. Can Shepherd make the pass? Mark Martin's gotten himself all the way back up to the 9th position. And now Rusty Wallace, he puts a move here on Bill Elliott going through turn number 3. Looks like Shepherd's going to pull right around Earnhardt, no issues. Mark Martin, he's got a strong push here from Davey Allison. He's going to pull away, no issues. Crazy, crazy battling here going on for the 4th position. Rusty Wallace hanging on. He gets 4th. Now the battle's for 5th between Elliott and Rudd. Of course, they have... And now we're going to have a battle for 7th. Here comes Mark Martin down to the bottom of Morgan Shepherd. Oh, man. Mark Martin now, he's got the run. Can Mark Martin go? I'm going to try it. Martin trying his absolute best. Trying to get around the 26. I don't know if he can get there or not. No, he's not going to be able to get there. He might be able to get Elliott here, but Rudd's going to scoot away. Meanwhile, the 2 leaders have been hooked nose to tail for a little while now. It's going to be interesting to see if Schrader will be able to pass Kowicki here or not. It's going to be tough. Schrader's trying, though. He's looking for any opening possible, but they've really pulled ahead of this main pack. Harry Gant's still in 3rd. But man, Rusty Wallace is right on him, trying to find a way around. Tom Wallace was going to try to make that move where you try to cross him over, but that did not happen there. Now all of a sudden, Darrell Waltrip is involved. Elliott's going to get kicked out of the top 10, it looks like. Or no, that's going to be sending back Elliott back to 9. 10th is going to be Jeff Bodine. Well, Morgan Shepherd and Dale Earnhardt ended up getting kicked out of the top 10. Rusty Wallace took a peek, couldn't get there, and now Davey Allison takes a peek underneath Mark Martin. And it looks like that's going to be a clean pass for Allison. Darrell Waltrip trying to go around now. Can he get to the inside of Allison? He absolutely can. And now Darrell Waltrip's trying to get around. And meanwhile, we have a change of lead. Ken Schrader will take the lead away from Alan Kawicki. And this could be big, because if Ken Schrader can now pull away from Kawicki, he's actually still eligible to get the 5 bonus points for the most laps led. He could steal this away from Alan Kawicki, although he needs to lead virtually every single lap but 1 from here on out. But two. So if anyone else leads 2 laps, Kawicki gets the 5 bonus points for leading the most laps. Anyone. Doesn't even need to be Kawicki. So a lead change here, but it doesn't look like Kawicki's going to give up that easily. Yeah, he's still right there on Ricky Rudd. He's got a good run here coming off of turn 3. He's definitely still trying. Looking further back, Ricky Rudd still here with a run. He's in 4th. Wallace in 5th. Mark Martin is here in 7th. Right now, he's only losing 9 points to Rusty Wallace. And I don't think he has the car that Rusty does. I don't think he does, but hey, you know, 6th or 7th or wherever he ends up finishing, it's going to be a good finishing position no matter what. Man, Allison is absolutely hell-bent on getting through everybody. He just wiped the door clean with Rusty Wallace there. And now Martin's going to go by. Meanwhile, there's a battle for the lead as Alan Kawicki just goes right around Ken Schrader. So Alan Kawicki back to the point here on lap number 25. Kyle Petty and Michael Waltrip on pit road. Mark Martin. This is going to be huge for Martin. 3 wide. Elliott trying to pull the same power move that he did before, trying to deny both Wallace and Waltrip, and it looks like he's going to do it. Meanwhile, Martin and Allison are still side by side for the 5th position. I think he's going to finally get it here, maybe. Maybe. No, he ain't there yet. Man, that 28 car, that Yates engine that they have there, that 28 car's got some horsepower behind it. Ain't no questioning that. And what's a big determining factor of the winner here at Pocono? Horsepower. There's no questioning about that. This is a huge track where you want a lot of horsepower. And I believe Alan Kawicki has actually just sealed up the bonus. The 5 bonus points for leading the most laps. So good job there, Kawicki. Martin around Allison. Rusty Wallace fell back way back. He's now back into 9th. And now Mark Martin is the one gaining 14 points, I believe. No, 17 points. So, with the current running order, Martin gained 17 points. And I think he's got a faster car than a lot of people think he actually does, because he's running down Ricky Rudd and Harry Gant here, so he might actually be able to challenge for 3rd. Rudd getting underneath Harry Gant. That's exactly the opening that Mark Martin wants to see. Yeah, because that's going to slow them up. That's going to slow them both up. Oh, Martin with a massive run coming off of turn number 1. Can he make it into a pass? Here we go into the tunnel turn. Rudd trying to hold on to the 4th position. Martin is there. He's got the 4th position. Great move there by Martin. Meanwhile, I think we got some cars coming to pit road. Ken Schrader, one of them. Lots of leaders coming to pit road. This pit stop's going to be oh so crucial. Alan Corky, he's out there still leading. Davey Allison in 2nd now. Rusty Wallace 3rd. Tim Richmond 4th. Bill Parsons 5th. Tim Richmond is not in 4th. Tim Richmond has already pitted and is 1 lap down. Phil Parsons is in 4th. Ernie Irvin is in 5th. And it's tough to figure out. I think Ted Musgrave is in 6th. Derek Cope is in 7th. Hollenbach is in 8th. In fact, that's about to switch. Bobby Hamilton is in 9th. And Dale Jarrett is in 10th. I believe that's what the running order is, but now everyone else is going to come down pit road here. Except Tim Richmond, but again, he's a lap down. Brett Bodine is also a lap down. Michael Waltrip is a lap down. Here comes what should be everyone that didn't pit. Al Petty's a lap down, so he's got problems. Dave Marcus. Here's Ken Schrader. He's still way out in front. Harry Gant is there. It looks like Rudd got back out in front of Mark Martin. Elliott trying to get around the 17 of Waltrip. No issues. Earnhardt's still there in the background. Now it's time to figure out where does Ken Schrader fall in. There's Kowicki. I think Schrader's going to go right around on the outside of him. There he goes. Oh, Schrader to the point. Meanwhile, Davey Allison trying to hold off Ricky Rudd. I think he'll be able to hold... I don't think he'll be able to hold off Rudd. It looks like he'll pull right in front of Martin. Martin dives down to the inside anyways and takes the spot. Wow, what a move. Yeah, Martin was like, no, sorry, Davey. Not today, Davey. Not today. Man, Ken Schrader has opened up a considerable lead on that number 7 car. Very considerable lead, actually. So we'll have to see if Alan Kowicki can run him back down. We take a look at the fastest laps, and Ken Schrader's the fastest guy on the track once again. 160.939 miles an hour. Ken Schrader, he's at it again. Meanwhile, Mark Martin trying to put in a performance that says, hey, I want my points lead back. As of right now, he's only gaining 9 points on Rusty Wallace. It could be 13 points if Elliott can get around here. And it'll be 14 points if Martin could get around Ricky Rudd. Let's see what they can do here. Well, Rudd's trying to go around, so is Elliott. So how about we multiply the two together? Yeah. That'll put him 18. That'll put him with an 18-point gain on Wallace. That'll be big. Dang. Yeah, that's 18. And if he can get up and around Harry Gant here, that'll be 23. Which means that points lead's going to be back to single digits at the end of this race, if these standings hold, of course. Big if there. Rusty Wallace can, of course, start gaining speed later on. And plus, I'm pretty sure there's still going to be another round of pit stops. Here we go. Yep, Martin's going for Gant. Man, Martin has a really, really fast car. He's gonna brake hard here going into turn number 2. Try to keep Ricky Rudd behind him. Hopefully he'll be able to do that. I mean, Rudd might be able to get right up onto him and pass him here, but it does not look like he'll be able to do that. Gant will lose 2 spots. Mark Martin goes to the 3rd position. So, man, as Mark Martin started to find some late run speed here. Now we'll see if Mark Martin can go ahead and chase down the 2 giants right now, which is Ken Schrader and Alan Kowicki. Although I think these two are... Yeah, these two up at the front, I think they're going to have another battle here. Because Kowicki's closing back in. And we got lap traffic to worry about. Oh, Chad Little in the wall. So, including all that stuff, now we got lap traffic to worry about. Got to bob and weave around that now. That always opens the door for just about all sorts of chaos. There's Dave Marcus trying to be out of Alan Kowicki's way in the best way he can. And I saw that split go down. Martin is catching him. Boy, this is gonna be interesting here. Well, it depends on if Martin can actually pull out here. Meanwhile, we got another battle here. That'll be for 9th. Earnhardt trying to get around Morgan Shepherd. That's not how you get around Morgan Shepherd. Meanwhile, Davey Allison trying to find a way around Harry Gant. And he will. Elliott will also find a way around Harry Gant, and Wallace should also find a way around Harry Gant. So Harry Gant boxed in by the lapped car. Wallace will go around. Every point matters. And that's another 4 points for Wallace. Meanwhile, Mark Martin is running faster than Ken Schrader right now. The issue is that he only ran 1/100th of a second faster. Not fast enough, buddy. No, sir. Meanwhile, Davey Allison looks like the freight train's about to go around Ricky Rudd. Yep, Allison, Elliott, Wallace are all going to go around Ricky Rudd there. Allison's another guy that has a really fast car, so watch out. These Fords are coming. And we got Fords 2, 3, 4, 5 right now. And it won't be too much longer before we might have Fords 1, 3, 4, 5, because Alan Kowicki is coming in hot on that 5 car. And Martin is pulling away from these guys. He's really starting to go away here. Again, he's also running faster than the leader. It's just that he's 4 seconds down. He'll need another caution to catch back up, but that's probably not what we're going to have here. Just continue looking back and forth, whether there's a battle for the lead or battle for second place or battle for whoever. It kind of looks like whatever Mark Martin was able to pull away with has evaporated. I don't know if that's because of the draft or whatever. That's because Mark Martin didn't go that fast in that lap. That'll do it. See if Chad Little disturbs anything here. Looks like everyone's going to remain single file for the most part. Back here, battle for 11th. Ernie Irvin, right around Morgan Shepherd. Will Irvin try for 10th? No, but Morgan Shepherd wants 11th back. Shepherd trying to get around him. Will he be able to? No, feel exactly be able to. He's under him. He's under him. He's trying to go. No. Yeah. Irvin's going to pull away here. Meanwhile, back up front, 2 leaders, nose to tail. Back here for 3rd, Davey Allison's caught Mark Martin. We got 2 potentially good battles here. We'll see if Davey Allison does another bonsai move here into the tunnel turn. He's gotten at least 4 people off guard with that move already. I mean, there is such a thing as going to the well too many times, but when it's different people, it'll work. Allison's trying to go. You can really see he really preloaded turn 3 there. And Elliott went with him, so we'll see if Allison should get a pretty good run here down the front stretch. Not a good enough run. Meanwhile, the battle for the lead intensifies. Kowicki is right there. Is he going to trap him behind the lapped car? I think Ken Schrader has the intention of trapping Kowicki behind the lapped car. Kowicki trying to pass on the outside in the tunnel turn. And it looked like he got into the wall a little bit as well. Yeah, that was not a smart move. That was not a smart move by Allen. He really needed to stay patient there. That was not a good move there by Allen. Meanwhile, looks like Davey Allison's going to get past, and that's going to allow Mark Martin to pull away a little bit. I don't know by how much, but 10 laps to go. That might be good enough for Martin to hang on to that 3rd position. The thing is for Martin is that unfortunately, Rusty Wallace's car is starting to come alive. Plus, we'll have to watch for that one more cycle of pit stops. I don't know if everybody can make it or not, so we gotta watch out for that. Wallace will shut down Allison. And, yeah, we were talking about pit stops. Here they all come. Schrader down pit road. Martin and everyone else. Oh, Rusty Wallace and Davey Allison stay out, but Martin, Elliott, Rudd, Gant, Waltrip, Shepherd, Marlin, and of course Ken Schrader all down pit road. So now this has turned into the temporary battle for 2nd. That will be our last pit stop of the day. You can see Earnhardt and Irvin and Parsons and Jeff Bodine, Ted Musgrave, Bobby Hamilton, Wally Dallenbach, and Derek Coe. All the people that are on this alternate pit strategy. See if anyone stays out for the bonus point. Alan Kowicki stays out. So that means everyone else is going to stay out too, pretty much. Earnhardt comes in. I think Jeff Bodine's going to come in as well. So here's Ken Schrader. Tell you what, it took that entire pit cycle for Alan Kulwicki to catch back up to Ken Schrader. He's not going to have a lot of time. I really would have pit earlier than what I originally wanted to there. Battle. Mark Martin and Bill Elliott. And it looks like Elliott's going to take that spot away. Martin, I just let him have it. Martin's not letting him have it. He shot out of a cannon out of turn 3, and sometimes that's all you need. They're going to go side by side going into turn 1. And now Ricky Rudd getting into the side of Mark Martin. Wow. A little bit of contact there from Ricky Rudd. Now that was worth a position. Now what I really want to see here is Ken Schrader. Where does he come out with respect to Allen? Last time he was just passing him. There's Rusty Wallace and Davey Allison. That's a little concerning. Yeah. Honestly, yeah. Has Allen even pit yet? Allen has come out here. Is he still... Or did he not come out? Did he even pit yet? I don't think Alan Kulwicki has come on pit road yet. Is he trying to make it all the way to the end? No way. He hasn't pit yet, has he? No, not from my timing and scoring. Alan Kulwicki is not pit yet, I don't think. I don't know what Alan Kulwicki has been trying to do here, but now he's only got about 40 seconds to get on and off pit road. I don't think that was a good call there by Kulwicki and Paul Andrews or whoever decided to make that call. I don't think that was the right call. Meanwhile, here we go. What we're watching here very well might be the battle for the win. Davey Allison trying to hold off a hard-charging Ken Schrader here for 4 laps. Meanwhile, Mark Martin's pit stop wasn't up to par. He's going to end up being behind Rusty Wallace here. And all of that effort, he's going to lose some points. Oh, bump and run. Contact in turn number 3. Schrader trying to get around Davey Allison. Allison's trying to show the muscle, though. Where is Kulwicki? He's out ahead of these guys. Kulwicki's actually out ahead. Oh no. Oh. Did Kulwicki just chip us all? Did he take 2 tires? Had to have taken 2 tires. Kulwicki had to have taken 2 tires here. There's no way. A gamble here from the 7 team. Will they be up to speed? Oh boy. Alan Kulwicki and their crew and all that stuff, they realized they may have done a big mistake there. I think they only took 2 tires or maybe even no tires at all. Because it does take quite a bit to get all the way down pit road. It's going to be interesting to see what the finish of this race is like. 4 laps to go. Kulwicki has the lead, but we'll have to see. I think Ken Schrader might be coming away with 2 straight here. We'll find out, won't we? Yeah, we'll see here with timing and scoring how this is going to end up, but I don't know. We'll see. And yeah, Schrader is coming really, really, really fast. So I don't. That 7 car is definitely not up to speed. An interesting pitch strategy call here from Paul Andrews in this number 7 team. I think it might have costed him the win because here comes Ken Schrader. Trying to win 2 in a row. He is right there, too. There he goes. He sticks the nose in. Will that be enough? I think Schrader's going to get around him here. No issues. Ken Schrader, your new leader here from Pocono. I don't think anyone's going to catch him. Only person that might have been able to get him is a 28. He's the only other one up to enough speed. And he just wasn't able to hold him off. So Alan Kowicki with some questionable pitch strategy, to say the least. He came in with the 5. I think that would have been the best strategy, but no, I'm not the crew chief of one of these races. I don't make the calls. These guys get paid the big bucks to make the big calls like that, and I thought initially maybe Kowicki was up to something there, but no. Not meant to be. Schrader is pulling away. Davey Allison might be coming away with second here, though. I'll have to see. Maybe the 7 car's coming into his own a little bit here. I don't know. It's like he's kind of bringing up the pace. Meanwhile, Bill Elliott just got around Mark Martin. That's going to cost him another position. So we'll see what happens here. White flag is out. Nobody is going to catch Ken Schrader. He's pretty much got this race won. Really, here are the battles for second. If anything happens to Ken Schrader, we'll find out here. But right now, battle for second, Davey Allison versus Alan Kowicki. And Schrader almost a half a mile an hour faster than the field right now. This is insane. Will Martin be able to get back around Elliott? Don't think so. He took a peek. He's taking a peek. He's going to try to make a pass here in turn 3. Meanwhile, Allison trying to get around Kowicki for second. This team is just closer and closer and closer to winning every single week. It's not going to be too much longer before Allison's going to be in victory lane. Ken Schrader comes across the line, and he will win the Miller Genuine Draft 400. Elliott was able to hold off Martin for 6th. Well, an interesting pitch strategy call unfortunately backfires. Ken Schrader. He's going to come home with the check today. That's going to be 2 in a row for him. 3rd win this season, too. That'll end up tying him with Rusty Wallace for most races won. And we saw that laps led column that this 5 car was fast early on. They just weren't able to finish the races. Now I think they're starting to figure out how to finish races. And this could be real scary. Because this 5 team could be very, very dangerous coming on later on in the season. These guys look like they are getting a ton of momentum together. No doubt about it, Ken Schrader is really starting to come into his own here. As you can see, his 3rd win was there. And now we take a look at the points. Rusty Wallace is the points leader by 43 over Martin, 99 over Kowicki. Earnhardt is right there too. Elliott, Rudd, Schrader just overtook his teammate Richmond and Jeff Bodine. And again, Davey Allison, it seems like they are just closer and closer to getting together a winning race. They could just taste it at this point. They are so close. Anyways, that is going to conclude our broadcast here of the MGD 500. Stay tuned. Tune in next week for the Miller 400 from Michigan Speedway. We'll see you then.